James is a very proud red engine. He is always boasting about his paintwork and how splendid he is. This often makes the other engines very annoyed. One morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to see James.
James, I have some bad news. Oliver has been in an accident in the yards at Callan and has been sent to the works for repairs. So I need you to take his place on the Little Western for the next few days.
James was very surprised.
What? Why me? Can't anyone else do it? I don't want to work with Duck and his Great Western ways.
Really useful engines don't argue with their control.
After Sir Topham Hatt walked away, James puffed away towards Tidmouth Station. When he arrived, he found a cross duck waiting at the platform. Well, 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 it's the rusty red scrap iron. I hope you won't cause any problems here while Oliver is gone. James let off steam in anger.
I won't be causing problems if I don't hear any Great Western this, Great Western that from you.
Duck just scoffed and puffed away with his passenger train. Then, the station master walked up.
James, your first job will be taking a goods train to Callan. Toad will be your brakeman.
James was not happy and puffed over to the yard to collect his train. As he buffered up to the train, he heard a voice from the end.
Hello, Mr. James.
Toad said cheerfully.
How are you doing today?
James didn't respond and puffed away with Toad feeling sad. As they puffed down the line, Toad kept trying to talk to James, but he still didn't get any answer, so he eventually gave up. A little while later, they made it to Callan. And James puffed off to the water tower for a drink. The rest of the day went by, and James only pulled goods trains. When he puffed into the sheds that night, he was still grumpy. Duck and Douglas were also there. Donald was out taking the midnight goods and wouldn't be back until morning.
Why should a splendid red engine like me have to pull goods trains all day? I deserve to pull coaches, not trucks.
James, would you please be quiet? Me and Douglas need to get to sleep, and we are both going to be very busy tomorrow. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't get into an accident with that attitude. James got very angry and was about to retort, but then he noticed that Duck and Douglas had already gone to sleep. So, he decided to also go to sleep. The next morning, James puffed away to pull his first train. For the next 2 days, all he pulled were goods trains, and he was getting even more angry as the days went on. The day Oliver was due to come back, James puffed into Tidmouth to collect his first goods train of the day. Duck was on the track next to him. Watch out, James. I've got a train to pull. Duck puffed forward to switch lines. Then, it happened. As the signalman went to change the points, they wouldn't budge. He went to call out to Duck, but it was too late. As Duck went across them, his wheels left the rails and he came right off the track. Duck was very surprised, but then he heard laughing coming from behind him.
Well, Duck. What was that about having accidents the other night? I didn't think an engine with your type or attitude would have an accident like that. But we live and learn, I suppose.
Then, the station master came up to James.
Hello there, James. Would you be able to take Duck's passenger train, as these passengers can't be left here?
Oh, yes, please, sir.
James looked smugly at Duck, and Duck just seethed in anger. For the rest of the day, James enjoyed pulling passengers along the coast. By the end of the day, James came back to the shed. Oliver had returned, and Donald was also there. Then, Sir Topham had arrived.
James, since Duck has been sent to the works, I need you to fill in for him on passenger duties until he is repaired.
Yes, sir.
As Sir Topham Hatt walked away, James thought about pulling passengers and what he would say to Duck when he returned.